Welcome to the Borderlands Trail and Ultra Running Podcast. My name is Josh. I tell you, if Western States wasn't coming up and we didn't have an excuse to talk to Hans on behalf of what's coming up at Western States, we would have done it on behalf of the documentary that just came out. I'm so stoked on it. Hans is with us. The kid, man, I'm so stoked on the doc. I just don't know where else to start other than there. Are you happy with it? Do you think it captured you as well as we think it did?
Oh, I think it turned out amazing. Brady's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I think that he did a really good job just putting it together. I mean, I lived it, and then I watched it and still kind of teared up. So
Yeah.
he really did a good job, and I feel like it captured the emotions really well. So
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with it.
Before we even get into some of the questioning, I'll make one observation. What I loved so much, just as a guy who's got 3 kids, is when your dad entered the picture and said some stuff at the end. That to me, coming off Father's Day, and my dad passed away 2 years ago, and just like the reality of a dad who loves his son, and saying like really meaningful stuff, and saying, I'm not going to spoil it, but he's like, you could either be like this or you could be like that, and I want you to be like that. I mean, everybody should go listen to that moment. Just beautiful to see, a dad loving his son.
Agreed. Yeah, that moment hit hard. Just watching his little smile in his interview, I was like, oh, man, Dad, come on.
In general, what we've said we've loved about the doc is that, yes, you're a runner, an accomplished runner, but it was very human, focused on you as a person, and we were just super pumped on it. So speaking of you as a person, I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you to tell me about the person in this picture, and if the person in this picture would be surprised if you are knowing where you are now. So tell me about this kid right here.
High school, sophomore year, I think I won regionals for cross country.
And was this in Noonan, Georgia?
Yep, pretty close to Noonan.
Did that kid even know about Western States?
He had no idea. He did not know that running more than a marathon even existed.
Okay, so marathon was marathon. Had you run a marathon yet?
No, I think I ran a half marathon later that year.
Okay.
And it was like the hardest thing I'd ever done. It was brutal, but yeah.
Man, well,
Let's stay there
I
real
think,
quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just double click on that real quick. So, in high school, was your identity a runner? Like, were you fans of any track and field, American runners, or where were you at kind of with like your identity and being in high school?
I was learning more about like just how competitive running could be. Like, I think I like learned who Galen Rupp was that year, and so I was just kind of learning that people were like really, really fast. But I think at that point in time, I was still more of just like, I consider myself like a stuntman. I was just doing a little bit of everything. I was playing ultimate frisbee. I was riding dirt bikes, jumping off bridges, just doing kid stuff. So I hadn't fully dove into the running world yet, but I was starting to discover it. I think I ran like mid 17s in the 5K that year. So I was like starting to think, oh, this is pretty fun. And I was seeing progress. So that was when I was starting to get pretty excited about it. But yeah.
I think of Galen Rupp as, 5K, 10K guy who jumps up to the marathon, gets bronze, I think, in Rio. Is there anything in your running? I don't want to steal from Wolfie, but I'm just gonna say a word, and then Wolfie, you run with it. But do you see yourself as like a Galen Rupp type, or Prefontaine kind of guy?
Oh man, I feel like I'm kind of like a mix. Like I respect the full send nature of Prefontaine, but I think that I'm a little bit more structured in my training, like Galen. Like I pay attention more to the details, and like all my runs have some sort of purpose to them. Like I'm rarely ever just going out and running something random. So I think mentality wise, probably closer to Prefontaine, but then actual training, Galen Rupp is that's what I think, at least.
Nice. Wolfie, take it away.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, that dovetails nice into what I was going to say. I'm a huge fan. I ran cross country in high school, and Prefontaine, the movies had started coming out, so he got onto my radar. And when you popped on the scene, I'm out here in Phoenix, so I remember your first Black Canyon year and the whole Bandera hype and everything. And I was like, man, this kid has all like the makings of Prefontaine. And then they come out with this documentary called The Kid, and like Prefontaine was the kid from Coos Bay. Here you are, the kid in Noonan, Georgia. You got the same recklessness like in the movie, jumping off roofs into pools. Prefontaine did the same thing, busted his ankle up and ran on a bloody foot, and competed, sent himself to the hospital just like you did. I mean, the parallels there are just waiting for somebody to kind of tell that story. So Yeah, it's great to hear that you kind of do resonate with Prefontaine. Let's just keep you out of the European sports cars. We don't want any tragedies like what happened with Pre. We want to enjoy you for a lot longer. So, yeah, nothing really there as a question, but just I'm a huge fan of you, man. And actually, because you're here, selfishly, I wanted to get some tips and some training. What's the best way to heat this? I want to know. I don't care about running. Like, I'll figure out how to put a training plan together. But tell me about Tony's, man. What's the best way to put this thing in the oven?
Tony's by far my favorite oven pizza, and I actually there is a special way I cook it. So I do 400 degrees, but I do 15 minutes, not 18 minutes. I think the 18 minutes makes the crust a little bit too burnt. So go 15 minutes and then put some Parmesan on it. You got the bread as well.
That looks strikingly similar, Wolfie. Good job.
And we do a crack a brew with AJW. Now we're just cheers the baguette.
I think I got some right over here as well.
I had to pay full price for it though. My Walmart didn't have the sale.
It's still only $1 though, right?
Still $1, man. It's
you
fresh.
Can't beat
good.
that. I mean, what is it? It's like 6 servings, 28 grams per serving.
I mean, it's beautiful, man.
That's a lot of carbs.
But that speaks to the documentary. The documentary is so good because it has these cultural things that you can, resonate with and be fans with. I mean, the breadstick emoji is going to be popping off in the live chat on race day. I mean,
yeah,
you're such a fun character, man. I'm excited for your career here in the sport.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Josh.
Okay, man, I think about the running with Rhabdo for 20 miles. I mean, so many things that I had I would say I had a touch of rhabdo and gout, but it's because I had some beer before a race and that killed my ankle. And then my CK numbers, which you talked about in the doc, they were 20,000x what they're supposed to be. Mine were 5 or 6x. I mean, pushing through 20 miles, was the suffering in real time or was it all just post? I'm curious about the mentality to push through that.
Oh, it was in real time. I mean, I think that. Looking back on it, there was a lot of things that I think probably caused all of that to happen. But I mean, I was still so fresh in the sport. Like I said in the documentary, I didn't even know that I could do that much damage to my body. And so I was coming off just reading a bunch of books about ultra running, and all the books are always just oh, you gotta find that next level. And when you hit that, go even further and just continue to push your limits. And so I really just thought ultra running was a purely mental game. And it turns out that if you already can run really hard, it's not as much of a mental game as you think. So I, for my sake, when everything just went super downhill and I was having leg cramps and I was dizzy and hot and everything was just really, really going downhill. In my head, I was just oh, this is trail running. This is what it's about, is just pushing hard. Wow. And so I just, it just got worse and worse and worse. And by the time I finished the race, that was by far the hardest physical thing I'd ever done.
Oh God, I believe it.
I just remember I couldn't even believe some of the things that were happening. At one point I thought I was going to have a heart attack out there because I was just this is so brutal. But there was almost that little inkling of this is exciting because I was pushing myself to such a limit that I never even knew that I could do. So as difficult as it was still a little bit exciting. And
so
I think that's why I was able to push.
Earning your stripes. It felt hey, I'm earning my way into this community of elites in this sport because this is what they all do. They all hurt just like this.
Exactly that. Yeah. I was wow, I'm doing just what everybody in the books do. And I was that's cool. So, yeah.
All right, Wolfie, awesome. We've got 45 seconds left in our 10 minutes with Hans. What do you got? Anything?
Yeah, man. Well, so in doing some research here, you're 25 years old. It seems like you're recently married. You're sponsored now, right? You're wearing Ultra. You got the support from Hyperlyte. You got a golden ticket. You got the film doc out. You're running states. Are you living your best life right now? How do you find appreciation for everything that you've been blessed with? Talk about what you do to really, give back or just, lean into just where you're at in life right now. I mean, what a beautiful life to have created for yourself in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream come true. I'll just say that. I wake up thankful every day, and I look back at just the journey over the past year, and I appreciate every day that I've had, regardless of sponsorships or success or anything. Post right out of the hospital, I think was probably one of the coolest times of my running career that I've had in years because I just was at rock bottom. I had lost muscle. I couldn't break an 8-minute mile for the first few weeks. It was just absolutely brutal. I had to start over, but I had a reason to wake up every single day and train and try and get better. And like, that was just the coolest thing to me. So I try to just be thankful for where I'm at. Like I said, it's a dream come true. I never really thought that I would be in this position. So just so thankful, and so thankful for like my team and my family and like my wife and just everybody around me that supports me. Like I just want to, that's why I smile so much in my videos. I'm like, guys, like I'm living my dream, and I'm so thankful for that. So
right on.
Yeah.
We're huge fans, man. And I know it's probably not, it's not appropriate to say it, but you're one of my favorite trail runners, so I got to give you a nickname. So we're throwing out the Hans grenade. I think it makes sense because you're Hans the Destroyer. And what do grenades do? They blow shit up. They destroy things, right? So come race day, we're going to be pulling the pin, right? So drop the grenade on the field on race day, man. It's going to be fun to watch you race.
Yeah,
awesome.
Hans
Thanks so much.
Hans doesn't drop the hammer; he pulls the pin. I love
the pin. Pull the pin, right? Put it on a shirt. Let's go.
All right, Hans, we're pumped for you, man. We can't wait to watch and hope you have a good day.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
See you.